realised I'm not wearing glasses. How did I not realise that? I can't see anything. Clearly preferable. So once I could actually see, I quickly refilled my deodorant. And then I made my bed while listening to the elite, the incredible, the wonderful Wonka soundtrack. I love this movie soundtrack so much. It just puts me in such a good mood, especially the Sweet Tooth song, which I just find incredibly amusing. If you're in a bad mood or you're just looking for a word that rhymes with noodle, you should definitely listen to this movie soundtrack in the morning. When I woke up this morning, it was raining, and I was actually quite disappointed by that. And I'm sure you're thinking, but Ruby, you love the rain. You cherish the rain. In fact, it's so much a part of your personality that you've got pluviophile in your Instagram bio. And yet here I am saying, it was meant to be sunny today. But while rain is perfect for most events, it is not perfect for every event. It may be the best weather for book shopping and very long walks through the Bronte Moors, but it's probably not the best weather if you're, for example, umbrella shopping with a tabby cat who's feeling particularly argumentative. And it's also not the best if you've got plans to eat donuts by a pond with a friend that day. You see, I love picnics and I love rain, but I don't particularly like them together, quite in the same way that I love tea and I love cake, but rather despise those foil-wrapped tea cakes you sometimes find at your grandparents' house. First thing, of course, was going to Pret to get some coffee. There is nothing like that first sip of coffee in the morning, and today I was writing some nonsense. It goes without saying that the rain was growing on me by this point, and I'd almost forgotten that it was actually quite inconvenient that it was raining. Because how can you not love the rain when you see it falling through Oxford? I went to the Radcliffe Camera, which is truly the most magical spire on the Oxford skyline. If you didn't know, Oxford is otherwise known as the City of Dreaming Spires, which just fits perfectly. And this is one of my favourite libraries. Okay, let's go study. It was already quite busy, even though it had only been open for about half an hour, because it's exam season and there is nothing stressed university students like more than a beautiful library. Definitely not sunny. But as I say, I really didn't mind at this point because it just looked so beautiful, though my camera was massively fogging up. As I mentioned before, one of the best things to do when it's raining is book shopping, so I popped into Waterstone. I was searching for a very particular book. So this is the book I would like to get, but I want it in a different edition, also by Pushkin Press. So I'm going to ask if they have it, but I haven't seen it anywhere, so I might have to get it online. I'm so pedantic with editions. While I didn't find that book of Gogol short stories, I did find a few others. This is a new book by Edward Carey, who also wrote Little, and I've added that instantly to my TBR. And I also love the end pages of this book. It was kind of a childhood reflection on the Narnia books, and the end papers are a scan of some writing that she did when she was a child. I also found this book of bees, which made me want to go out and find some bees, but I couldn't get distracted. Now, I do want to go and find some bees, however, I have a donut date. Now, unfortunately, this did not occur at a pond, but in Crosstown instead, and it didn't matter that we weren't by a pond because these Crosstown donuts are truly incredible. Only unfortunately, they're so incredible that I didn't take clips of the donuts. After donuts, it was lunchtime, so I headed to our dining hall, to grab some soup because I love being watched by a 17th century queen while I eat. Really, the architecture here is incredible, but they had no soup today, so I had to leave with a hanging head. I am sans soup, which is actually very sad. My college does really good soup as well. Usually every day for lunch they have it, but today they didn't for some reason. I've had a donut, so I can't complain. I was only going for lunch then because lunch is from 12:15 to 1:30, but I'm still kind of full from the donuts. So instead I'm going to do some work. I went to an archive on Tuesday. I think it's always good to like put some time aside after an archive visit to get all of your files in order while you still remember them. So I took images. I bought a photo license, so I took images. There were 10 documents I looked at in this archive, and I'm just going to make a single PDF file for each of the documents with the catalogue reference so that I don't accidentally get them mixed up. Very good practice to do after visiting an archive. Archive visits are also so fun. I actually vlogged the archive visit that I did to Northampton, so I should put that up. It wasn't a very long vlog though, so I'm in two minds of whether to share it or not. In case you're curious as well, if you want to create a PDF, all you've got to do is you right click, go on quick actions, then click create PDF. That is the easiest way to turn photos into a PDF, and it's completely free. I then went and got myself my two favourite foods. I feel like my palate is so unsophisticated. Like, my favourite foods are without a doubt raw carrots, which I actually eat a ridiculous amount of, and toast with butter. Specifically white toast with butter. As Dodie Smith so eloquently puts it in My Capture the Castle, I shouldn't think even millionaires could eat anything nicer than new bread and vegan butter for tea. And it was only as I was finishing up with studying that I realised that I wanted to find bees today, even though it's raining. Honestly, it's mainly because I'm inspired by this absolutely beautiful deodorant. This is a collaboration between Wild and Emma Bridgewater. Most importantly though, it matches my biscuit tin. This just feels very satisfyingly cohesive. And yes, I always keep my biscuit tin fully stocked with multiple types. At the moment there are lots of rich tea biscuits in there, some chocolate digestives. I feel like having a biscuit tin is a necessity, and I feel like keeping a deodorant in your bag is a necessity. This Emma Bridgewater design honestly just makes one of my favourite products even better, because I love Wild deodorants. Wild deodorants are my personal favourites because not only are they made from 98.5% natural ingredients and paraben free, but there are also so many wonderful flavours to choose from. And it's better for the planet because you can refill your reusable container with any of the different flavours, so I've gone for honey and cactus flower this time. Okay, let's go. If you're going bee spotting yourself and fancy one of these deodorants to give you moral support, you can get 20% off anything on Wild's site with my code RUBY2024. And yes, this is me in the park, which was looking absolutely beautiful in the rain. So I'm in University Parks at the moment, which I think is my favourite park at the Moment was, like the main one, but I think I prefer it to Malden or Christchurch currently, just because all of the flowers are so gorgeous right now. There are some bluebells if you go to the right spots, and there are some white daffodils left, which I think I've shown, and then some of the trees are budding. However, no bees, which I was anticipating. I would have been very surprised to have found any bees here today. So I think we're going to have to try a different tact and go to the Natural History Museum instead. Usually there is a live colony here in this museum. However, I just checked and they're not back for spring yet, but they should be back soon. I mean, we're in May now, so she said just keep on coming back to check and they should be here soon. But it's also very unfortunate because obviously there were none in the park because of the rain, and there are none here either. So we're gonna have to settle on pinned bees instead, which is definitely not the same. But when these come back, I will definitely share it with you and show you because it's a really cool project that Oxford does. Yeah, so let's have a look. This whole room is dedicated to, well, honeybees. There are also some beetles and some hornets. I found the hornets. Oh, there are some birds over here as well. Here we go. Early bumblebee and a white-tailed bumblebee. Oh my gosh, look how cute the white-tailed bumblebee is. We rely on pollination by insects for approximately 3/4 of our crops grown for food. That's kind of incredible, and why it's so important that we need to be protecting bees and not destroying ecosystems where bees thrive. I'm not sure if I'd want to find one of these though. Certainly not in the larder. I also saw a sign for carrot and pumpkin soup, which made me really excited because obviously I did manage to get soup earlier, but they were out, which made me very sad again. Instead I picked up this salad from M&S. I also bought the vegan hazelnut dark chocolate, which is really good. I would highly recommend. And then I went to the library because it was only 2 minutes away. Honestly, the number of libraries in the city is dangerous. I visit libraries more than I care to admit. The Oxford Public Library is honestly amazing, and this is just a reminder to make sure that you are consistently going to your public library because we need to support them, and the more that we use them, the more funding that they get. I'm back and I'm surprisingly tired. To refuel, I actually cannot tell you how happy I am about this. I thought that they discontinued the potato, pea and mint salad from M&S. It's my favourite salad, like favourite pre-packaged salad that you can buy. Probably my favourite salad of all time, and I was so sad because I thought they discontinued it, but I saw it today and so of course I had to get it. I'm using a cake fork because I have more cake forks than any other variety of fork, which is perhaps slightly unusual. Oh, it's so good. I also got some more carrots. I just popped out to get another coffee and I met the 3 loveliest sisters. They were so lovely. I hope they're watching this and they know who they are. I've just annotated the full current draft of my dissertation, which, when I say draft, it's so messy, it's so fragmented, like I need to really restructure it. I just wanted to have something down because I much prefer working with something. It makes me feel like I'm more on top of it than maybe I am. But I think so much of studying is, or like working through a big project, is just mindset and believing that you're in a good place with it, which is why I like to get a first draft done as soon as possible, even if it's not a very good first draft, because it makes me feel more confident about my ability to write the final essays. That's a big tip for anybody. Okay, I'm gonna go and make some dinner now. Okay, this is him. I feel like dinners can be so boring, which is why I did this. It's 8:20 and I've just finished writing a summary, bullet pointed, logical, structured plan of my second chapter of my dissertation, which means now I'm gonna have a movie night. I have really been wanting to rewatch Wonka. I think it's such a good film. I just love how nonsensical, whimsical, utterly absurd it is. I showed earlier that I went to the library and I thought I would just show you 3 books I picked up very quickly. So the first one is We Are Pirates by Daniel Handler, aka Lemony Snicket. I love his writing. It says it's both hilarious and unsettling, imaginative and familiar, dark and hopeful. Pirate stories are stories of alienation and rebellion about people unwelcome on shore who leave the stifling surveillance of civilization to find the desperate camaraderie of fellow outsiders. I know that I don't like Jane Austen. I always say I don't like Jane Austen, but I'm wondering if I will like her now. I've taken out Northanger Abbey. I read the first 2 pages of this in the library and I found myself really enjoying it, so I'm wondering if maybe younger me didn't like Jane Austen, but I might like her now, so I'm gonna give this one a go, because actually the last Jane Austen I read was Sense and Sensibility 2 years ago, and I did enjoy it. So I've read Pride and Prejudice 3 times and I really didn't like it. I think I may have pigeonholed myself and convinced myself that I don't like Jane Austen when actually maybe I just didn't like Pride and Prejudice. And the final one is The Girl Who Didn't... Funny that, oh my gosh, it's called The Girl Who Couldn't Read and I couldn't read that properly. I'd never heard of this, but it kind of it's got a very nice spine, it's got a raven on it. New England in the 1880s. And it's a man calling himself Dr. John Shepherd arrives at an isolated women's mental hospital to begin work as an assistant to the owner. The main character is Jane Dove, a strange amnesiac girl who is fascinated by books but cannot read. I love that as a premise. Being obsessed with the physical object of the book, even though you can't understand the text itself. Increasingly this year, I've just developed a real interest in that division between book and text. So that kind of feeds into that. But I'm really excited for all 3 of these books. I'm currently reading Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter, who is my favourite living writer. In the evening, I just watched Wonka, as I said that I would, but just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you again to Wild for sponsoring today's video, and I hope that you have more than just a productive week.